And welcome back to all my friends in Holland. Steve Linder here, and I wanted to share with you a little strategy that really helped me in life, not just in my personal life, but also my professional life, both as the head of many different firms in technology on Wall Street, as well as training trainers for all around the world for people such as Tony Robbins and so on. And this one key thing, the one key thing, besides if you watch the other videos about how to ask great questions and so on, and if you haven't seen those, watch those. One of the things that I realized is to always understand that no matter what you want, there's always a way on how to get it. Now, you have to be somewhat logical here. I can't say I want to go fly across the ocean here by flapping my arms. What you need to realize is, as long as you have flexibility, you can get whatever you want in any area of your life that you want. What do I mean by this? Well, simple. Let's say that in life, you're at position A. This is where your starting point. This is where you are in your health, your finances, your business. And this is position B, where you ultimately want to be. And you say, okay, what's my plan? And whenever I go in and I consult with businesses for thousands of dollars per hour, I use the same strategy. So if you're a business owner, write this down. I'll go in and I'll say, okay, show me your business plan. And they'll say, well, we do step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. And I'll say, great, show me your business plan. And they'll say, well, that is my business plan. And now I start to see the challenge. You see, many people, they have one way of doing things, and when that one way works, they think that's the only way. In the NLP world, they call it, well, this is their map in the territory. Now, just like how you drive to work and so on, if you only have one way of getting to your destination every day, one way of getting to work, and you condition it every day for years and years and years and years, you have thousands of wires, really neurological connections in your brain that strengthen that one way of how to get to where you want to go. The challenge is, what if the bridge is out? What if they're doing road work? What do most people do? Well, whenever there is a challenge in life, what many people do is they say, oh my gosh, there's a blockage right there. And they sit in their cars, and some of you have seen them, some of you, this may be you, where they sit in their car 20 cars back and they're honking on the horn because they're upset because, darn it, my one way isn't working anymore. Well, what you need to do is you need to look and see, okay, what's another way? Now, don't wait for this to happen. Don't wait for the economy to fall apart. Don't wait for your business sector, your industry, or your business model to fall apart. What you want to do ahead of time, and again, this is why Succesgids is bringing me over to all their friends in Europe, is you want to understand, how can I develop more flexibility before you need it? What do we mean by this? Simple. So if this is one way to do it, you say, well, let's do it another way. This is what I work with my clients, and I have them take little index cards or post-it notes, and I write down a different way of doing their business that is nothing like how they currently do it. And they'll go, wow, now we have options. Well, actually, now you have a dilemma. It's either this one or this one, which still creates stress. So then we say, okay, great, let's do it a different way. And they'll be like, okay, that's cool. And you say, hold on, let's do it a different way. And what happens is, the further out you go, your level of innovation increases. This is where you're thinking literally outside of the box of the one way of doing things. This is how you can go into a business, or you can go into any kind of a model of a business, or even a family, health, financial plan, whatever you want to do, and you want to say, what's everyone else doing? What's a new way of doing this? Now, you may have heard Tony Robbins tell my story on stage, where I had this idea of how to create a financial product, and everyone told me, young man, because I was only 25, 26, young man, Wall Street's been trying to do this for 85 years with billions of dollars, and it cannot be done. They basically said, we bumped our heads against the same wall for 85 years with billions of dollars, and nothing's going to work. Fine, I'll find a different way. It took us 7 days, and I sold it in 7 months for $14 million. I'll let you convert that to euros, because who only knows what the dollar is nowadays. But a point being, though, is that it added a tremendous amount of value. You see, if you want more in life, if you want a better quality of life, usually you have to figure out, how can I add more value? The value is in your innovation. I'll say it again. The value is in your innovation. Well, what does all this mean? Well, simple. Now when you look at life, if you say, okay, I'm gonna go and you get a blockage, the first thing you need to do is remind yourself of what's my purpose? Why? Why is it important to me? Because if you don't know why, you'll get stuck in this. A lot of times, and I know this doesn't happen over in Europe, it's only in America, we have this thing called office politics where people, they gripe and they complain and they moan about things at the office and so on. All it means is they don't know their purpose. So if you're a business owner, or if you're a trainer, or if you're a coach, you've got to make sure that everyone in your organization is aligned towards your mission, towards your purpose. Then they won't have time to stay in this stuff down here. And then when they take action, when they go, a lot of people say, well, what happens if you don't get your result? You change your approach. Well, great, we'll change the approach. And notice I'm changing the approach, but I'm not getting anywhere. Change does not equal progress. What you need to do is whenever you hit that and you start changing, remind yourself of your purpose and you say, I've got to get there. It's like if your infant son or daughter were on the other side of the freeway or the highway and they may stumble in the traffic. They might get hit by a car unless you get there. Will you say, well, no, I want to wait for all the cars to go away and then I'll go save my child? No, you do what? Whatever it takes to get there. Why? You have a strong enough purpose. So what you do is you say, okay, that's not working. I'm going to change my approach. I'll go this way. If another blockage happens, no problem. Change your approach. Go this way. Another blockage happens, no problem. Change your approach and go that way. No matter what, you will get to your outcome. That's how I went, again, from sleeping on the floor to the top of many large multi-billion-dollar companies at a very young age without a college education. So hopefully you can look at your life and you can see what is it that you want, why do you want it, and you can figure out the best map or the best strategy on how to get there. I can't wait to see you in Holland, and I'll see you soon.